comments. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my colleagues and I have been in your country for just a few hours. We are greatly impressed by the warmth and cordiality with which we have been received. My predecessor always had the most vivid impressions of the deep feelings of friendship for India, which are entertained by the people of the Soviet Union. I would like to express my warm appreciation of the kind references you have made to my country and people. I would like to assure you that we in India have the highest regard and affection for the Soviet Union and the people of the great country. The Soviet Union was one of the first countries with which we established diplomatic relations after the dawn of freedom in our country. We did so in the convention that the development of friendly relations between our two countries was necessarily not only in the interests of our two people but also in the larger interests of peace throughout the world. Over the years, there has been a most remarkable development in our relations in the political, economic and cultural fields. The close and ever-growing understanding and cooperation between our two countries on many vital international questions is a lasting tribute to the sources of the policy of peaceful coexistence between states with different political, social and economic systems to which both our governments willingly subscribe. We are particularly gratified by the constant understanding and respect your government has shown for our policy of non-alignment. This policy is not based on consideration of expediency but finds its roots in the history and traditions of our country from ancient times. In the context of today, we are firmly convinced that the policy of non-alignment and peaceful coexistence is the best measure of preserving our independence and sovereignty. We have been following this policy in spite of the serious pressures and threats to our independence and territorial integrity we have been subjected to. It is no exaggeration for me to say that our ability to pursue this policy has to a large extent been due to the understanding and support which your government has extended to this policy. It has been a source of great satisfaction to us to see the development of close understanding and cooperation between our two countries on many vital international questions. At the United Nations and other international forums, our delegations have cooperated fruitfully in the pursuit of common objectives. Your support on some vital issues concerning India has been deeply appreciated by our government and people and has forged unbreakable bonds of friendship between us. The close cooperation and understanding which so happily exist in the approach of our two countries to various international problems flow from our common desire for peace and our common efforts to eliminate war. It is for this reason that both our countries are totally opposed to the use of force for the settlement of international disputes. Similarly, we share the view that general and complete disarmament must be achieved as early as possible if mankind is to be saved from the threat of complete destruction. The Test Ban Treaty, which was signed in this historic city 2 years ago, was a significant first step on the way to disarmament. India was one of the first countries to sign this treaty. Unfortunately, not all countries have found it possible to subscribe to this treaty. So, the world now faces the dangerous consequences of an unrestricted accumulation of nuclear weapons. The international community has to address itself with the utmost seriousness to this problem. Letter from the business manager, National Textiles Private Limited, Bombay, to the proprietor, Modern Textiles, Madras, dated 10th March 1978. Dear Sir, we hope you would be you would have received our letter of the 25th of last month informing you of the reductions in the prices of a number of items of textiles. It is possible that you will have some doubts about the quality of the goods offered to you by us because the prices when compared with those offered by our competitors are very low. In this connection, we would like to give you an assurance that the quality of our goods will under all circumstances be guaranteed as usual. The reason as to why we are able to dispose of our stocks so cheaply is as follows. A short time ago, we made a particularly advantageous purchase of a large quantity of cloth of these varieties. Again, a few years ago, we have bought another exceptionally large stock on most favorable terms in which we propose to allow our regular customers to participate. Hence, we have written to you about the present offer. We are quite sure that the above additional particulars which we have now furnished will induce you to add considerably to your stocks. When our stocks are exhausted, it is unlikely that we shall be able to repeat our offers, assuring you of our best and loyal services at all times. Yours faithfully. Stop.